Hi guys, I'm Kelly T from Kelly T Black Metal Reviews. Please look us up on YouTube, hit subscribe, tap those notifications so you don't miss out on these deadly albums that we're talking to you about every single week. We're also on Facebook and we're on Instagram. Now I have some black dungeon synth to talk to you about today, something a little bit different. It is by the band Gatemaster, a project hailing from the UK. And the album I'm talking to you about is their self-titled album Gatemaster, which releases the 31st of October 2020 on digital release and limited copy vinyls as well. This album is 6 tracks of generous duration, traveling through ambient and moody soundscapes of gongs, distorted synth and ethereal noises that just pull together to create an incredibly theatrical and dark experience for the listener, and a little bit of obscurity in there too. Okay, a lot of obscurity. I'm just gonna put it out there. The tracks such as Tides of Aeons building huge suspense with its unnerving and enticing atmospheric introduction into the pure dungeon synth craft. But this dungeon synth is not the pretty kind. It's quite obscure, it's quite quirky, and there's certainly a bit of darkness and filth to it as well. The track Sacrificial Summoning, it propels you unexpectedly into raw and distorted sounds of the bleakest black metal, with hectic blasts, ominous and unyielding guitar riffs, and melodies taking you down to where the Gatemaster lurks before hearing his voice, which is so beastly, murky and purely evil. It's so inhuman sounding, and I just loved the atmosphere that this vocal style brought to this track. Such a deadly track. March of the Dark Herald takes on dark noise, black gaze, dungeon synth vibe, and it's fairly tranceful as you listen through in a disturbing kind of way, I'm gonna say. And Abysmal Murmurs is heavy on the distortion, well and truly, with gloomy guitars, deep dark synth hymns, and it also manages to throw a bit of an industrial vibe as it travels along too. These guys are keeping it very interesting. The track Inverse Transcendent Hypostasis mixes this up with an apathetic beat, throwing me into a DSVM feel for the most part, with nicely reverbed guitars and an entire flow that just felt so hypnotic and strangely calming, I'm trying to say. Insidious Orbial Miasma, it finishes this album off on an obscure dungeon synth ride with experimental noise notes, and it's a little bit weird, and it's definitely on the spectrum, much like a lot of the dungeon synth tracks throughout this album. Look guys, this album is probably leaning more heavily toward the dungeon synth side of things out of the two genres, but I enjoyed this. It was really different compared to that I've been listening to, and I like weird things, and this definitely has weirdness to it. I would like to hear this band hone in more on their black metal influences, because I think they do it really well. It's very reminiscent of the foul stench of the Gatemaster's Keep, and I love their unusual take on this subgenre. It's on Bandcamp, guys. It's up there now for digital sale and limited vinyl release as well, which is very cool. So please jump on, have a listen, and grab yourself a copy if you like this as much as I did. And of course, comment your thoughts below. Are we aligned on this? Let's have a conversation about it. Please follow Gatemaster. They are on Bandcamp, Instagram and Facebook. And to Gatemaster, this was not what I expected when I went into this album, but I really appreciate what you've done here. It's certainly a very good, subjective and really quirky, obscure listen. I'm Kelly T. This has been my Black Metal Reviews.